Hey there, welcome back friends. Our application is working properly. The CRUD operations are working properly. The operations like update, delete, listing, adding user are all working like fantastic. Now everything is cool enough. But in this video, we will try to understand how to perform the task of listing the user in a simpler way by adding the support of JSTL. Now, for example, if we check the operation controller.java file, let me check the declaration for list user method. Here is the code which is listing the user, which is cool enough, and we are setting the attribute list users and we are forwarding the request to list user.jsp file. Everything is working properly. Good stuff. Now let us check the list user.jsp file, and if we check this file, the file is a little complicated, right? We have to mix scriptlets. We are like making use of for each loop in here. Now this is cool, this is nice. Building the URL is again little bit complicated, but there is a simpler way, and if we try to make use of JSTL, our work can be simplified furthermore. So in this video, let me show you how we can add the support of JSTL core tag by adding the tag lib first of all. And using this tag lib, definitely we would be able to make use of JSTL core tags, and we will convert this code little bit. Now friends, the next step would be converting this code from the scriptlet to JSTL, right? Now in order to do this, first of all, what we will do, we will comment out these scriptlet and elements. So it would be like multi-line comment for scriptlets. Here we go. And we will do the same for this particular part where we will add a single line comment. Alright, so now we have commented out all the code, and later down the line, in fact, we will remove all of this as well. Let me hit couple of enters in here in order to get rid of any code which could be confusing. Alright, so now what we have a table, then we have couple of headings, then we have some commented out code. But the thing is that we also have closing of table and divs and all we need. Alright, and we also have this hypertext, and we will use this in couple of minutes. Alright, now moving forward in here, first of all, we will make use of a C:, for each loop, and we will close this for each loop in here. And let us make use of couple of attributes. Now first thing would be items, and to this items we need to give a list, right? Now again, the name of this list would be what? The name of the list would be same as the attribute. So this particular attribute would be available to our page list user.jsp. So we will make use of this name in here. So items would be $list users. All right, and we will give a variable name user. Now friends, inside this for each loop, definitely first of all we will create the URLs similar to our scriptlet. So in here again, inside this for loop, we have firstly created the update URL and delete URL, and then we have crafted the data for our table. So likewise in here we have a provision of C:URL tag, and we will make use of variable. First of all, it would be the name of the URL, and the name would be, for example, update URL, and then we will also give the value. Now the value is very interesting. In here we need to give the value of the controller. So what is the value of the controller? The value of the controller would be based on this particular URL pattern, and definitely the value is operation. So in here I will again navigate to the file, and we will give the value as operation. Now in here again we have something known as param. So we need to give couple of params, right? So the name of the first param is what? Let me show you the URL pattern in here. We need to give the page value. So it would be like name equals page, and value equals update user. Likewise, we will add a yet another param. Again, the name would be what? It would be user's ID, I guess. So it would be like user's ID, and value would be, let me show you, value would be in fact dynamic because we need to retrieve the information from our data, right? Now retrieving the information is rather very simple, and it would be like, in here we will again make use of expression element. So it would be like dollar pair of braces, and firstly the name of this list users dot user ID. Alright, so this looks good to me. Now let me do one thing. Let me copy this particular part entirely. Let me hit enter, and now let me make some changes. The next thing is the delete operation, right? So the name page is delete user, and our work is done, right? So we have these variable which will generate the URL for us. Alright, so now inside this particular for each loop, the next thing is adding the table row. Then the first table data is user's ID, so it would be like td, and in here again we will make use of expression language, so dollar. And alright, so in here I have made a mistake. We need not to make use of list users because we are making use of for each loop. Rather we will make use of this variable user, so it would be like user.users ID, user.users ID in here again, and in here again user.users underscore ID, which is nothing but the column name from the database. Let me copy this particular line real quick and paste it couple of times. The second column is user name, here we go, and then we have email and operation. Now this third table data is interesting, where we will add the hyperlinks. So it would be again table data. Let me close the table data, and now first of all let me add the URL for update. So it would be like a href equals in between double quotes dollar, and definitely we will make use of this particular update URL, and our work is done. So this is very convenient in fact, and we will give the label as update, right? And then we will add in a separator. Likewise we will add the hyperlink for delete URL. So let me copy this particular part from here and paste it in here, and in place of this particular hyperlink we will definitely make use of expression language now. So it would be like dollar, and the name which we have given is delete user. Now friends, there is a small little thing for this update link. For this update link we need to add couple of more attributes again, because we like provide the username and email on our URL directly. So let us add in the attribute for username and email. Let me pause this video and do this task real quick. So it would be like adding a new param in here, and here are the attribute for username and email. Good stuff. Now friends, is everything okay? Alright, so here is a small little mistake. The param page needs to be delete user, not update user. Let me show you. Here is the value. Let me fix this issue, and now everything is good, and in fact we can now delete this particular part as well. All right, let me get rid of all the blank spaces, blank lines. All right, so now it is looking much more cleaner with URLs in place, with data in place, with the operations in place. So everything is fantastic. Now let me quickly navigate to our Eclipse Project Explorer and run this particular application on our web server. All right, so this looks fantastic. Let me click on list users. All right, let me click on update. All right, so this is loading the page properly. Let me click on delete. All right, so even the delete operation is working properly. The update operation is working properly. Alright, so everything is fantastic. Alright, so this is how we have converted our application and added the support of JSTL on our list user.jsp file. Alright, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.